I am recording a second episode in a row, so I don't have any likes or dislikes for this episode or update, but I do want to say is in my last psychology class, we did this thing called entangled type of therapy method. I've never heard about it before. I've never seen it anywhere. I just went on my phone on TikTok. There was that method, the video. Another weird scenario was like I was talking to my roommate about something or my friend, and the first ad or the first TikTok video was about that. It's honestly like, it's not a coincidence. We all know it's not a coincidence. These ads, these things. How does our technology listen to us and show it to us? We've never searched it up. We've never done anything. And now it's there. How does that make sense? I don't get it. It's so creepy too. Let's get into today's episode. Today we are talking about having a more balanced diet while in college and how I've been able to accomplish this. So I do want to put a warning out there for anybody. I'm going to try my very best to talk about these matters in a very respectful manner, not in a diet culture type of way. If I say something incorrect, like I completely apologize. I am doing my best. I've really struggled with like feeling my body and body image and everything. So this is like my positive mind's way. I'm not gonna tell you to diet or anything like I would say to myself or what I would like to know. And I'm not gonna be trying to promote anything that's harmful to somebody. Let's get into today's episode. In today's episode, I want to dive into a topic that's very near and dear to my heart, maintaining a balanced lifestyle diet in college. And I say diet with very loose terms because I don't really know another word for like eating patterns, I guess. It's really easy to overlook the significance of the food choices that we pick. A lot of people say that food and workout is kind of like 80-20 when it comes to your fitness goals. Like 80% is really how you feel your body outside of the gym, and then 20% is what you're actually doing in the gym. However, what we eat, I think, directly impacts our overall health and well-being and mental health. Too much of anything, good or bad, can be negative. So let's talk about how a balanced lifestyle is so crucial during your college years, especially if you're really, I was super stressed about like the freshman 15. Everybody talks about it. Let's just get into it. First and foremost, a balanced diet provides our bodies with the essential nutrients it needs to function optimally. It fuels our brain power, enhances our concentration, and supports our energy levels. If you're not properly nourishing your body, you're not going to be able to perform academically and engage fully in your college experience, because whether you're filling your body with stuff that doesn't make you feel good or you're not feeling yourself enough, you're going to have brain fog, you're not going to feel good, you're going to get sick. So I think so important for us, like brain food, what people talk about. Furthermore, maintaining a balanced diet can really help prevent the dreaded energy crashes that you have at like 2 and 3 p.m. and mood swings that often accompany a bad diet, or mood swings because you're hangry. Incorporating a variety of whole foods such as fruit, vegetables, whole grains, lean proteins, and healthy fats. I even like saying healthy fats, just like fats in general, like olive oil, nuts, seeds, avocados, stuff like that. We'll say like healthy a lot in this episode, but I don't want you to think like labeling things as healthy or unhealthy or good or bad. Personally, just don't know another term. I guess I could say like more nutrient dense or soul food. In my head, that's still labeling. So I'm just going to say healthy food. And to me, that means more nutrient dense, like has a lot of minerals and vitamins and makes you feel better, I guess. Keep that for reference. So we stabilize our blood sugar levels and sustain our energy throughout the day. Stability translates into improved focus, productivity, and overall well-being. Additionally, a balanced diet plays a crucial role into supporting our immune system, which is super important in a college environment where germs are easily spread, or you have roommates in a dorm. Work with kids, so I get sick all the time. But by consuming a wide variety of nutrients, vitamins, and minerals, we're giving our body the tools to fight off illnesses and stay healthy throughout the year, which is so important because you have to get to class. You want to get that degree, and you don't want to be in bed all day missing your classwork. Finally, let's not forget the long-term benefits of a balanced diet. Establishing healthy eating patterns in college, we set the stage for a lifetime of wellness. We lay the foundation for preventing chronic diseases, maintaining a healthy weight, and promoting longevity in general. Join me in the rest of this episode as we explore practical strategies for incorporating a balanced diet into our college lifestyles. And this is from personal experience, but we go into meal prepping to grocery shopping to making smarter choices on campus while uncovering tips and tricks that will empower you to prioritize your health and thrive during this exciting chapter of your life while being in college. And I know that a lot of it's summertime and we're going to summer, but you can still incorporate these things at home or just the summer in general. I want to start with grocery shopping and meal prepping. I personally love using meal delivery services like Sunbasket and online platforms like Thrive. Sunbasket I especially like because it's given me a convenient way to access high quality ingredients that are super good for nutritious meals. Sunbasket uses all organic and wild caught. So usually meal kits will send you maybe a mustard or a sour cream, and it'll just be the generic brand you can get at Target. But Sunbasket makes everything in-house in LA, and so you're getting the highest quality of products. Also, it's just a different type of flavors you'll get because I'm not making all my own sauces and spreads and stuff. So I like that. I know I can trust this brand. And then I also really like Thrive because since I'm gluten-free, it's just an easier option for me to get gluten-free snack options, and it gets directly delivered to my house. One of my top tips for eating balanced in college is establishing a routine for weekly grocery shopping and ensures that I always have the necessary ingredients on hand to prepare healthy meals throughout the week. So I love to go weekly or bi-weekly, and this helps me because I usually purchase only not whole foods, but only whole foods and produce because I get meals sent to me and packaged foods. So I'm only really buying fruit, veggies, and meats, and I need to eat those within usually a week or they go bad. But like I said, I prioritize buying whole foods during my grocery trips. So fresh produce, lean proteins, and whole grains are staples in my shopping cart. Plus, I found that a lot of people have asked me on TikTok, how do you buy all this food and it not go bad? One is I make almost every single meal at home. I'm not one to eat out usually. So I'm really using the ingredients I have, and I basically out of food by half of the week, I would say. And I eat usually 3 meals a day. So I'm purchasing food that I'm actually eating. I'm not overbuying. And I found that buying frozen veggies or freezing my meats has been really helpful, or juicing the fruits I get when they're about to go bad, and I'm really getting all of the nutrients and getting the most out of the purchases that I pick. When I go grocery shopping, I really try to pick the nutrient-dense food options. So I always aim to find a wide variety of vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants. Sometimes it's about how colorful can I make my plate by buying leafy greens, different colors of fruit, so reds, purples, greens, oranges, and vegetables, and lean proteins are my go-to options for maximizing nutrition. So what I mean by for proteins, I really might make sure it's organic or wild caught if it's a salmon, and make sure it's all it doesn't have any hormones in it. I think purchasing high quality meat has been one of my best things for my hair growth because it has iron and minerals and all these different types of things in it. I think with yes, prioritizing whole foods is a really great option, but it's super easy to get into a scarcity mindset. So I really have been I've been adopting an abundance mindset, has been extremely important to me. Instead of focusing on restricting myself and telling myself you can't have this, this, and this, I try to embrace the abundance of nourishing food choices available. I try to enjoy finding creative ways to incorporate them into my meals. So I really try to think about adding instead of subtracting. So all these tips and tricks that I'm giving you right now, instead of thinking oh, now I have to go, I'm going to go to the grocery store and buy salmon, nuts, and maybe kale or something, and you think that's all you're going to buy, Like, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying, like, buy what you usually buy and then incorporate some of these items into your cart. So let's talk about restrictive mindset again, and I might reiterate some things. Instead of approaching my diet with a restrictive mindset, constantly worrying about what I can't have or feeling guilty about indulging in certain foods, I've been trying to learn to shift my perspective towards abundance. And I haven't figured it out. I've been very close once, and I try my best to, but I'm not perfect. And I just want you guys to know that, because even though it looks like I might have it all together, I'm still trying to shift my perspective in this way. And I'm fully aware of that. I'm gluten-free, so sometimes, or I've been trying to be more mindful of how much dairy and sugar I intake because of my skin, and I don't know which one my body gets inflamed by, but I try to rediscover new ingredients and experiment with more creative ways I can incorporate them into my meals, because I think it's really easy to get fixated on one ingredient or one food and kind of villainize it. But this shift in mindset has had a profound impact on my overall well-being. Instead of feeling deprived or restricted, I now feel more inspired to make choices that nourish my body and support my overall health. I've also found that by focusing on the abundance of wholesome foods, I honestly naturally gravitate towards nutrient-dense options that make me feel more satisfied and energized, because like yesterday when I was driving from Big Sur, I was so hungry in Whole Foods that I grabbed a bunch of like starchy foods. Then I realized, like, I was so hungry in that moment, but then when I was in the car and we already left, I was like, dang, I really should have grabbed like some carrots or something. Like, I was really craving some veggies. And I think your body naturally knows what you want. Like, you're not always just going to be craving sugar and all like junk food and stuff. Like, your body naturally wants some nutrient dense food. But overall, embracing an abundance mindset has allowed me to slowly break free from the cycle of guilt and shame associated with food and diet culture. And I'm learning to let go of judgment and approach my food choices with mindfulness and self-compassion, and create a more positive, sustainable approach to food where I can enjoy meals without attaching guilt or negative emotions to it. And by adopting this mindset, I've not only been able to transform the way I eat, but also slowly change the way I view food as a whole. It's becoming a source of nourishment, pleasure, and self-care rather than a constant source of stress and restriction. I encourage you to explore this mindset shift for yourself and discover the freedom and joy that comes with embracing the abundance of nourishing foods and choices available to us. Next topic I want to talk about is building balanced meals. For me, creating a well-rounded and satisfying meal is all about balance. In each of my meals, I like to have those things. This balanced approach helps me to keep me feeling full and satisfied, but also provides me with the sustained energy I need throughout the day. I think diet culture, every diet villainizes one of those things, when actually we need all of them to get everything that we need from the meal. To achieve this balance, I often opt for a lean source of protein, such as grilled chicken, chicken breasts, or salmon, which has helped to support muscle growth and repair. Alongside the protein, I usually include a source of starch, so sweet potato, quinoa, and that provides a slow release of energy. I make sure to incorporate fiber-rich foods like roasted vegetables or leafy green salad, which not only aids in digestion, but also adds a satisfying crunch or variety to my meal and makes it colorful. But lastly, I include healthy fats like avocado, nuts, or olive oil, promote satiety and enhance the flavor profile of the dish. I think adding olive oil is so good for you. Like, I use that in my pan to cook. As someone who's fairly active in college, I think it's very important to focus on supplementing if you need extra nutrients in recovery if you work out a lot. So for this reason, sometimes I add protein powder to my smoothies and make sure that I'm meeting my protein requirements. I have heard to eat about 20 to 30 grams per protein per meal, but then I'm also like, there's so much controversy in this topic, but then I've also heard to eat almost a gram per your body weight or half a gram. I just try to eat a lot of protein. I never meet like how much I weigh, but if that's like my goal, I know I'm at least striving towards a good protein intake. Adding more protein to my diet has helped me support muscle repair and growth, especially after like really intense workouts. And it's really good for keeping me full longer. I try to incorporate omega-3 supplements like fish oil or flaxseed oil to support joint health and reduce my inflammation. By focusing on well-balanced meals, I feel more confident in supporting my active lifestyle and optimizing my performance, because if you're not supplementing your body with how much you're working out, you're not eating enough. Because like, let's say you're eating enough for like just a regular day, but then you do a workout, like you need to support your body with a little bit more to get the strength you want from your workout or whatever your goal was. It's also super important to remember that like each person's individual needs are so different. Talking to like an RD or a health coach or someone who's like trained in your specific goals, like maybe a personal trainer, is super important. And obviously like you can't take my day-to-day eating habits to yours, because I'm a different height, I have different activity levels, I have different health needs or goals. So don't just like follow any influencer's type of lifestyle and think it's going to work for your own. Now we're going to go more into college specific considerations, such as like cooking for yourself as a freshman or maybe like a sophomore if you don't have a kitchen. But for me, creating a well-rounded and as a freshman, actually as a sophomore, as a freshman I did have a kitchen for a part of the year. I discovered the immense advantages of cooking for myself. It's really been a game changer in my college experience. I didn't cook much in high school what I was using when I was cooking, because I think maybe you're even picking the healthier option on your college campus, but they're using like the most low quality products because they're feeding hundreds of kids. Sometimes it doesn't even taste that good as if you just made it from home. I liked having the freedom to choose better quality options, and also cooking allowed me to explore my own culinary creativity and experiment with fresh ingredients and go to the farmer's market, make some meals with that. But I always like trying like new recipes or discovering new meals with Sunbasket. I was able to do this like in my apartment or like the common cooking area my freshman year, but cooking for myself has really improved my eating habits of just not like opting for that frozen meal from Trader Joe's, but it's also given me a sense of independence. Like I don't have to depend on like anyone to make me dinner like I did in high school. But another thing about what really benefited me in college and finding a more balanced way of eating was utilizing the RD at our school. Most schools have registered dietitians, and I would just go find out if yours does. Utilizing her expertise and guidance has really given me a significant difference in the way I view food, and I have my last appointment with my RD this week. I'm honestly really excited to touch base with her and like see what her advice is for me continually post-grad. But they offer personalized advice and support tailored towards your specific needs and goals, which I think is most important, because you can find anything you are wanting to find out on Google or TikTok, but they don't actually know you personally. An RD is super understanding of like portion sizes, navigating food allergies or sensitivities, developing a meal plan that helps you and your lifestyle, helps you find like easy go-to dishes that you like can't think of. So really an RD has really been with me every step of the way of college and like building a positive lifestyle. But their knowledge and insight helps you make more informed decisions about nutrition and overall well-being. And I've learned so much from my RD. My RD has helped me actually the science base behind like food labels, different trends on diets. But overall, the support from my dietitian has really made me feel more confident in my ability to make food and pick the right foods that align with my goals and values. So if you're a college student, I highly recommend exploring the resources and support available to you on your campus, because they provide such valuable information, practical tips, and personalized recommendations to you and help you navigate like any challenges you're having in the world of college dining to make choices that make you feel better, because sometimes it can be really debilitating when you go to your cafeteria and everything either is like not in your dietary bubble or it's food you don't usually eat. Like it can be really stressful, and I understand that. So here's like a small section on your body changing throughout college. I could probably make a whole episode on this. College is such a transformative time in our lives, and it's really essential to recognize that our bodies naturally go through changes during this period, because we're basically like entering our adult bodies. That's hard to accept. So instead of like fixating on this societal expectation or the fear of the so-called freshman 15 weight gain, I've learned to shift my focus towards nourishing my body and prioritizing my overall health and well-being. Throughout college, our bodies experience a variety of different factors like increased stress, changes in routine, or adapting to new environments. So rather being overly concerned with a specific number on the scale or how your body may look compared to your friend or your roommate, I've come to appreciate the importance of listening to what my body needs. Simplifying it down. Don't try to copy what somebody else is doing. I strive to maintain a healthy lifestyle by making mindful choices that support my own well-being, not what somebody else's might need. For me, embracing a positive body image and self-acceptance has been critical, and I'm still on this journey. I try to remind myself daily that my worth is not determined by my appearance. My appearance is the things that are interesting about me is my character, my abilities, the way that I treat myself and others. So focusing on how I nourish my body with food and engaging in movement that I actually like, prioritizing self-care practices, and just doing things for myself is what I need to focus on more than how I look. Changing this mindset from an external appearance to your internal health can be a good way to have a better relationship with yourself, but remember, like, you can go too far. So just try to experience college and focus on experiences, but recognizing that my body will change over time naturally. I have to not strive for an unrealistic, arbitrary ideal of what I should look like. I'm trying to celebrate my body's strength, its resilience. Everything it allows me to run, hike, jump, walk. Some people don't get to do those things, and I need to be grateful for that my body does. So college is your time for growth and self-discovery, and our bodies are a part of that. And we shouldn't be shaming our bodies because we don't think it looks like it's how it's supposed to. Where does that idea come from? Why do you think your body should look like this when it actually doesn't want to look like that? And trying to go back to a previous way you used to look or a number you used to have is unrealistic. You can't put that pressure on yourself. So embracing the self-acceptance, practicing self-care, and nourishing yourself with balanced choices, you're creating a positive and empowering relationship with your body throughout this transformative time in your life. Remember, it's about prioritizing overall health and well-being rather than fixating on what you look like or what number or how much weight you gained or lost. That's not what college is about. Moving forward, here are some additional tips and takeaways. I want to talk about alcohol consumption. This was in college. Socializing often involves various social events and gatherings where alcohol is present and people get blacked out drunk. While it's understandable that you obviously want to enjoy these experiences with your friends, and as a freshman, this is like frat parties are so big, I've come to realize the importance of being mindful around my alcohol consumption. I've never been a huge partier. I was able to maintain a healthier balance. I don't really know. Like, I would just be mindful of how much you're drinking if you're trying to have a more balanced lifestyle with food and, I don't know, your body. One of the things I learned is that alcohol can have both short-term and long-term effects on our physical and mental health. Yes, it's super important to be aware of the consequences and inform decisions about consumption, understanding your limits, knowing when to say no to people. I realize that if I drink and I also go to bed late, like, my thoughts get really dark. I don't like where I go when I'm sad and drunk, but also sometimes I've had the best memories with my friends when I'm drunk. So for me, I probably go out once a month or every other month. Maybe it'll change when I turn 21 and I'll want to go out to the bars more. But I think throughout college, I wasn't peer pressured to drink very often. I think I maybe was twice or 3 times throughout college, and I've learned to say no. Like, I don't want to go out tonight, or I don't want to drink. Like, I've gone out to so many parties sober, and I've learned to pace myself. I've also learned sometimes it's better not to drink too much and experience the event. Alcohol doesn't have to be where you get entertainment or where you have fun. You can have a good time, obviously, with drinking. Like, everybody knows that, but you can also overdo it. And there's also some healthier alternatives to traditional alcohol. Maybe it's a mocktail or a spritz, or you're drinking like straight tequila. I don't know. My go-to drink in college was tequila and lime juice, because a lot of drinks had like a ton of sugar in it and I would get a terrible hangover. So if I just drink like straight tequila, I wouldn't. By choosing like different alternatives, or like drinking a ton of water, I used to drink a cup of water per drink. That has really helped me like with the next morning. Because that's why also like I didn't drink that much in college, was I never wanted to like waste my next day or like feel like crap. So always make sure to drink water between any drink you have. It just helps minimize hangovers and discomfort. But what I'm saying is, like, being mindful of alcohol consumption isn't about completely saying no, you can't drink any alcohol in college, but it's just finding a balance that works with your goals in life, how you want to feel. Like, you don't need to drink every single time you go out, but also you don't need to not drink every time you go out. Give yourself limits and choices and be mindful. You can learn how to navigate social situations by taking care of yourself. And remember that everyone's relationship with alcohol is unique, and we need to listen to our bodies. Like, I have friends who are allergic to alcohol, so they can't drink that much. Prioritize yourself. Adapt a mindful and balanced approach when it comes to alcohol, and your body will thank you in any which way you do. A tip I have for you, if you are meal prepping or just want like a tangible tip of how to eat healthier in college, and something I would do if I were to start is meal prepping, specifically breakfast. And maybe it's not necessarily meal prepping, but always having a super balanced breakfast within an hour of waking up for hormones. And one aspect of meal prepping that I found particularly beneficial is preparing breakfast in advance. So maybe that's chia pudding or overnight oat. Mornings can often be pretty rushed and hectic, especially if you want to juggle your classes, assignments, work, or maybe you like to sleep in. Making sure you have a healthy pre-prepped breakfast every morning, you're eliminating that stress of having to prepare a meal from scratch every morning. Because sometimes I do have an hour in the morning to make breakfast, but sometimes I don't. So instead of simply grabbing like a pre-packaged granola bar or going to get Starbucks, you're starting yourself off on the right foot by already having that chia pudding ready for you. And by always starting the day with a healthy meal and starting your day off on the right foot, your body will thank you. You'll be able to focus in class and actually do the best work that you can and not feel like you're going to pass out or you can't concentrate. I try to focus on meals that are delicious and very nutrient dense. So I've experimented with different recipes and combinations to try to keep things interesting and avoid getting bored of my breakfast options. So I have really liked overnight oats, chia seed pudding. I want to learn how to make like egg muffins. I think I might like those. I usually do like a protein shake or avocado toast or just like simple eggs and bacon type of vibe. Another advantage of meal prepping your breakfast is it saves times. So you're dedicating that specific time to prepare several breakfasts in advance, and you're saving, maybe you can sleep in a little bit longer or do your makeup, and you're using that 20 minutes you would have made for breakfast for something, I don't know, you need to prepare for a test or something. Like, okay, so Shelby Sacco talks about this, like eating 60 to 80% healthy. And she says that if you're eating a healthy breakfast every single day of the week, that's already like 40% of your meals or something. Or percentages already boost you so high because you never know what's going to change throughout the day. Like, oh, maybe you forgot your lunch or your friends want to go out to dinner. And breakfast is a time in your day every single day that you know is going to be uninterrupted, and you can always have that staple piece in your, like, you already started your day with a healthy meal. And if you have a nutritious and satisfying breakfast already prepared, personally, I'm less likely to resort to candy or a chocolate bar or something. It's like skip breakfast altogether. It really sets the tone for the rest of my day, and it helps me maintain a better overall eating habits, and I feel better about. And I really hope you guys understand like what I mean by healthy. I'm not trying to say that another breakfast isn't healthy. It's just the term I'm using, so I get my point across. And just having a healthy breakfast altogether has been a super big staple in my college experience. Saves me time, makes healthier choices, ensures I have a nourishing meal to start off my day, kick off just everything in my body about eating breakfast. Just eat breakfast at least. It's better to eat something than nothing. Even if you think it's like a bag of Cheetos, it's better to eat a bag of Cheetos than not eat anything the whole day. And it helps you maintain a balanced and healthy lifestyle amidst the demands of college. So I recommend starting your day off with that go-to breakfast that you absolutely love. Now we're going to talk about snack preparation and portability. This is another thing that's changed my college food habits. Is snack preparation and portability has become a key strategy for me to maintain a healthy and balanced diet while navigating the demands of school. I found that having healthy snacks readily available has not only helped me avoid unhealthy snack options like going to Starbucks or eating whatever I first see at the gas station or something, but also ensures that I have nourishing choices whenever hunger strikes and I know that I'm not going to be able to eat in a little bit. So one of the first steps I took in this snack preparation, snack bag, is I plan and prepare snacks in advance. So I dedicate a little bit of time right after I grocery shop to rinse my fruit, pre-cut it maybe, put it in baggies. I used to do this my freshman year. Is I had a whole snack drawer, and I had to put a timer on my phone for to remind myself to eat every 4 hours. And I had this whole drawer that had all my crackers, everything was pre-packed little snack bags, protein bars, candy, chips, whatever I had that was unperishable was in this box. Was in the whole drawer, and it was a big drawer. It made sure that I was eating something instead of nothing, and also allowed me to have a selection of options to choose from and make sure I didn't just bored eat, and I was actually satisfying my cravings. So currently after a grocery shop, I rinse and I soak all my fruit and veggies. I prefer to buy snacks that are already prepackaged for little kids basically. So I like applesauce packets, I like smoothie packets, mini protein bars, or chomps, veggie straw bags. I like when it's already prepackaged so I don't have to individually package it, or nuts or stuff like that. So when I choose snacks, I prioritize whole and nutrient-dense food. So I opt for snacks that give me a good balance of macronutrients, such as so the combination of protein, fat, and carbs helps me stay satiated and energized throughout the day. So some examples of my go-to snacks: veggie sticks with hummus, hard-boiled eggs with salt and pepper, so yummy. Or like I said, chomp sticks, veggie straws. I usually have dried mango, all of the above. So preparing these snacks, I also focus on portability. That's why I like when they're prepackaged. I also make sure that I pack a variety of different types of food. That's why I if I get maybe rice, those rice sticks. What are they, rice cakes? I get them at Costco. Crave it all. I make sure they're also conveniently carried with me. So that's why I like when they're prepackaged. And I have a little basket in my car that I put snacks in. And then I also make sure I take some with me to school. The reason why I do this is that I always have snacks on hand, so I never let myself get too hungry. And then I'm not tempted to go buy a bunch of snacks at the food on campus. I'm not spending a bunch of money. I'm not home and I don't really have access to make myself a meal, so I eat my snacks. I really want to invest in glass containers and maybe even some reusable snack bags. I'd rather stick with glass versus plastic because, we just have so much excess plastic in this world now, but I think that would be really cool. and I can be able to like pack my breakfasts more, or like make myself like a mini like an at-home lunchable type vibe and bring with me when I like go to work and stuff. I also want to get a super cute lunchbox for my 9 to 5 and always pack myself a super cute like I said, lunchable, like my own homemade lunchable. And this will help me like bring more snack and lunches and make sure that I'm fueling my body. But also like bringing food with you to either work or school can help you stay on track with like maybe your nutrition goals or your fitness goals, and avoid going to the vending machine or whatever campus store you have. But also having nourishing options to fuel yourself is so good for your physical health as well, and helps you sustain your energy levels and mental focus throughout the day. I didn't realize that the reason why I couldn't focus in class or even talk to my boyfriend on the phone throughout the day was because I wasn't eating enough. And when I had like a large enough breakfast that really hit all of the key categories of food, and I brought snacks to school and I had a lunch, I was able to make it throughout the whole day. Like, wild. How did I not figure that out? I just was able to focus and retain information and have conversations with people, and I wasn't just like running from my last class to my car so I could go make an early dinner because I hadn't eaten. So I think it's super important to prioritize and remind yourself that you need to fuel your body. Okay, additionally, having snacks on hand has also allowed me to be more mindful of my eating habits. I'm really able to listen to my body's hunger cues, reach for those snacks when I need it, rather than relying on either just not eating or relying on whatever's the quickest, easiest thing that I can get on my hands. So it's helped me maintain a more balanced and sustainable approach to eating overall. Okay, so basically to summarize that little portion of like snacks, because I'm super pro snacks. Like preparing snacks and having them able to go anywhere with me has been really helpful in just maintaining my demands of school, and fueling my body has just helped me with like my energy and support my overall well-being. So please, if you take anything from this today, is keep snacks on hand. You'll never know when you need it, or a friend. Like, I love when someone's in class and they're like, I'm so hungry. And I'm like, oh my gosh, do you like want a protein bar? Do you want some fruit? Like, I got it all for you. It's important to recognize that college is a time of growth, both academically and personally. And that also includes our relationship with food. Instead of striving for perfection, I've learned to give myself permission to be flexible, to approach my diet with a mindset of progress rather than aiming for this flawless adherence to a specific diet I have to be on. And one of the key aspects of embracing imperfection is allowing myself to enjoy social experiences that college offers me. College is filled with so many events, gatherings, opportunities to try new food. I was taught that food is community all of high school, and have food together and have conversations. And my boyfriend has mentioned this to me one time. He's like, why do you think every date revolves around food? I just think that food brings comfort. And if you go on a date, you go get dinner, you go to the movies. You go to the movies, you get a snack, you go get dessert. Like, I don't know why something always revolves around food for me, but instead of feelings of restriction by rigid dietary rules, I've been trying to learn to find balance between enjoying these experiences in college, but also making mindful choices that are going to uplift me. So learning to embrace imperfection is also learning to be kind and compassionate to yourself. If I have a busy day or week where my eating habits aren't as optimal as I'd like them, I try to remind myself that it's okay. I don't have to go down this spiral moving forward, but I can just continue what I would do every other day. Tomorrow is just a new day. It's not a day where I need to start a diet. It's not a day where I need to work out harder. It's just another day. I try to focus on my progress rather than perfection, celebrating the small victories and learning from any setback I have, and not letting myself get into a restrictive mindset or a yo-yo dieting, whatever it is. Another important aspect of embracing imperfection is cultivating a positive relationship with food. That involves removing judgment and guilt around certain foods or eating patterns. Instead of labeling foods as good or bad, I choose to view them as nourishing. Maybe like some people say like this is nutrient dense, or this is a soul food, or this is I don't even know. There's so many different like words nowadays trying to figure out what I like best. I usually try to think of it as like, this is nourishing dense. It has this, this, and this. That's like good for me. And then the other things is like, I'm eating this because my body wants it or I'm craving it and it will make me happy. Shifting my mindset has allowed me to make choices based off what feels right for my body and well-being without attaching morality to my food choices. Embracing imperfection in my eating habits has allowed me to find a healthy and balanced approach to nutrition in college. You're surrounded by so much diet culture and girls who don't know anything about nutrition, or they think they do. So it's really hard to eat more than other people, not be on a diet or not want to lose weight or whatever it is. It's hard to not do what everyone's doing if you don't like what they're doing. So it's about having grace and flexibility with yourself and know that there's room for growth. So focus on your progress that you've made with yourself rather than the perfection you can to get there. Know that you can still navigate this really awesome college experience while also prioritizing yourself. I want to talk about what I'm currently doing when it comes to food. I did say like I'm not on a diet, or I don't want to be on a diet, or I'm not going to like promote dieting. This kind of like contradicts myself, but I have a lot of like inflammation and possible rheumatoid arthritis and like some health stuff. And I've heard a lot about the anti-inflammatory diet, and I looked into it, and it's kind of like stuff I'm already doing. So I'm not telling anyone to go on a diet here. I'm not even saying I'm going on a diet. I was just like looking into it. So that's what I'm going to talk about for warning, if you want a warning. But personally, I've developed an interest in the anti-inflammatory diet because it has these potential benefits for blood sugar balance and hormone health and rheumatoid arthritis. I recognize that it has these benefits for my overall well-being, and I want to look more into it and explore how I can incorporate some of these things into my own journey towards optimal health, but not look at it as a way to tell myself I can't eat these things. Because honestly, which I already do, just like prioritizing healthy fat, like stuff like that. Just listen to this, I guess, if you're interested in what I'm currently interested in, I guess. The anti-inflammatory diet focuses on consuming foods that have been shown to reduce inflammation in the body. So chronic inflammation has been linked to like various health issues, including hormonal imbalances, which I have, disrupted blood sugar levels. So by adding some of these approaches, I might be able to provide my body with some more nutrients or like balanced hormonal systems, or promote like blood sugar balance, which I'm also been interested in. So basically, like I'm just going to look and research more into these types of foods, see how they influence my own hormone health and blood sugar regulation. But I want to look into like the scientific studies or expert recommendations. Like I want to like gain a real comprehensive understanding of the potential benefits of this approach. I want to say though, like I do have an open mind about new information that comes up, or like new diets and all the like the trends that people go on. But I want you and myself to understand that every person's body is extremely unique, and what works for one person may not work for you. That's why I'm trying to find like a personalized approach that really aligns with myself and what I need. So I have inflammation in my body. Sometimes it hurts so bad I couldn't type. I couldn't hold my phone. And I would take turmeric to help with that, or I would lay in a sauna blanket. There's a lot of things. I hope that like through my personal experience, I even like continue to gain valuable insight and like practical strategies that I can implement into my daily life and like maybe share with you guys to see if that would help you. But overall, like, okay, so I'm like doing like a nutrition course for like a whole year for my nutrition school. I'm really excited to learn everything, and that if you guys like want to hear about it and what I learned, like please let me know, because I'm super interested in like the body's overall health, helping people get to their most optimal selves as well, and learn like those very valuable practical tools for nourishing our bodies and our minds. That concludes today's episode. I kind of went all over the place when it comes to eating well in college, and I think the reason why I didn't just do like 5 tips was because nutrition plays a role in so many aspects of our lives. It really affects your body, your mind, your soul and everything and your community around you. So I wanted to touch base on a little bit of it all. And it's such a sensitive topic, so that's why I wanted to try to talk about it in the most sensitive way that I could. I hope you guys liked today's episode, and I'll talk to you guys next week. Make sure to review and share this episode with your friends. Follow My Perspective Pod on Instagram and Shelby on TikTok. Also, I want to do a Q&A soon, so that's why you should follow me on Instagram. Gotta go. Bye, guys.